Aidan, Max, it's Scotland boys. And then we're going to go off here and have a little chat. Let's jump in here, boys. After you.
Thank you. Aidan Hendry, the University of Arizona. Senior year, Operations and Supply Chain Management, the Wildcats. Second round.
Talk to me then. So how did you get involved in the US college stuff?
Mainly from my older brother. He went on a cross-country scholarship and I thought it looked like great fun. And then also one of our good family friends, the Yakubians, Joe and Sean Yakubian, they went to the US, they went to St. Mary's for rugby. And then I visited them and I loved it. And I did a bit of training with the team. I just thought it seemed like something good, like a different experience.
And you started out your rugby in, I think it was, St. Columbus School you went to?
Burkmeyer and Kilmacombe, yeah, St. Columbus School.
And that's where you started out. And then actually, just over the road there is Glasgow Hawks. You played a little bit of rugby there, did you?
Yeah, I played a couple of years at Hawks until I remember we were forced to pick between school and club because of the SRU rules. So I played Hawks for a couple of years, then had to stick to school for 6th year.
And then, so you headed over to the US. What university are you at?
The University of Arizona.
And talk to me about that. Pretty cool place, is it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a big, massive uni. We're in the Pac-12. There's like 50,000 undergrad students, 10,000 like master's students. Really busy campus. Kind of like not a college town, but the college is the main thing in the town, so everything's just central around it. Nice and busy.
And the rugby program?
Yeah, we're good. We're ranked 8th at the moment. I think the highest we've been ranked 5th, and we're really climbing. We're getting a lot better. We're hoping to. We always make playoffs, but we're hoping to make a wee playoff run this year for sure.
Right. Okay. I did read the sheet before, and I'm guessing between the two of you, you're the second row.
Yeah. Of course. I'm the 9. Yeah.
I'm not being high-test to your brother over there, but I would be worried if you were the 9 and he was the second row. Talk to me about the standard of rugby at the university.
I'd say it's pretty high. I mean, because there's a lot of international boys there, and then if you're a US rugby coach, well, they really they take rugby really seriously. Like that's all they do. Standards high. Definitely been climbing the past couple of years. I'd say it's a bit more physical at the moment than here. We're a bit more skilled in Scotland, but that's starting to even out for sure at the moment.
Oh, that's interesting. So you reckon that? Yeah, that is an interesting point because you talk about rugby in like New Zealand. Everyone talks about how they are. It's all skills first. It's all passing. It's not so much weight. It's the same. Then you look at someone like South Africa where it's like a hugely physical-based thing, all about getting in the weights room, getting big. I'm guessing that's because of the athletes over there in the US.
Yeah, because they're all used to play American football. And if you meet an American, they're obsessed with their strength training. They've been doing that stuff since they were 13. Like Max can tell you, his teammates are so strong, it's mental. But just everyone's obsessed with strength training over there. They're all big on size.
And what does a week look like for you in terms of training? Because you're studying at the moment. What are you studying?
Operations and Supply Chain Management.
I'm not going to even
guess and
pretend I know what that is.
It's kind of like logistics and the daily operations of running a business and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's obviously a massive part of
big part.
Being over there, and you take your studies really seriously.
I do, yeah.
There's a lot of it is like it. What I've learned over the last few years is it's almost like it is in the films. If you're not getting your grades, you're not able to train, you're not able to play at the weekends. Is that right?
Because there's a GPA, like your grade point average, and you have to have a 2 for like a 2.0, which is like average in C's to be allowed to play. But I know some coaches have like their own rules. So for us, it's a 2.2. But for normally, it's just a 2.
So that's definitely reassuring for the parents.
Yeah.
When you're going over there and they're hearing about these frat parties, which we'll get on to you. That's my favourite part. But that's reassuring for parents to know that their kids have got to make sure they keep up their grades.
Yeah, then a big part of it as well, there's a lot of scholarships where you have to hold like a 3 or a 3.5 as well. So like the pressure's on just to keep your studying to make sure you keep your money.
So studying aside, how much training do you get done in the week, and what does a typical week look like for you?
Typical week, I would say, in a game week, Monday would wake up around 6, do like a 2-hour gym session, class, then train 2 hours, 4 to 6, go to film after training for about an hour, get back, do some homework. And then same thing, Tuesday we just have training, training, film again, Wednesday film, training and practice, and then just the same till Friday. We get Friday off, but it's a captain's run. Oh. And we don't lift on a Friday either, obviously.
How long? How long have you been over there for?
3 years now, 3.5.
And I've just picked up that you have picked up a little bit of an accent because you just said Tuesday.
I did, yeah. That's unfortunate. Trying to avoid it.
No, it's part of it. And then in terms of the games then, how many games do you get in a year then roughly in a season?
I think we have about 12 or 13. It's really how much your coach can manage to get organised, pretty much. Because I remember last year I think we had like 6 games and we've upped that massively. I think we've got 13, 14. A lot more games this season.
And there's a women's team as well?
Yeah, we have a women's team as well, men's and women's.
Because it's growing really fast. The women's stuff I know over in the States.
Yeah, I think it's the fastest growing college sport at the moment, rugby.
And that's obviously with the 2031 World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
In America. They'll be wanting to put a huge emphasis on that. So let's get on to the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Right? If it isn't the rugby, then frat parties, things like that. What is the best thing about being in the US and going to college in the US, would you say?
It's just probably honestly just a mix of the rugby with facilities and the weather. The parties are good as well. Like it's quite a big party school, honestly, a little bit. And in the rugby team, the boys are great. That's honestly the best part. Just the team culture and stuff like that.
With the frat parties, is it actually like it is on the film?
It is. It's really so. If you're a guy and you're not in the frat, you're not getting in.
Really? Like what? And so these frat houses are like they are? Like...
I'll show you some pictures. Actually crazy. Like I would say there's a frat house that's like the size of 2 of those buildings over there. Like 3 stories high, like balconies and everything. There's a whole row in my uni called like Greek row, filled just with sororities and frats. Pretty much, yeah, it's crazy.
And obviously, you've got to be sensible because you're trying to forge a rugby career at the moment, and obviously you've got the studies, but that's a pretty cool part of it, I suppose. You've got, universities in the UK, you hear about parties, but I think they do it right over there in the US.
Yeah, like Sway Lee and stuff came, Fisher, the DJ, like a bunch of famous people come to our frat parties to do sets and stuff.
Are you joking?
Yeah, like Fisher's been there and stuff, yeah.
That is so good. Oh my gosh. I wish I'd gone to college in the US. And then let's move on to, in terms of outside of the university, and do you get to travel around a little bit? Do you get to see America a bit more?
Yeah, I'd say that's one of the best parts of being on the team, just get to travel the States, because it's such like a vast country compared to here. Like one end, like for where I am, it's desert, then the other end, it's like not rainforest, but like forests and stuff. But yeah, traveling's awesome.
And you get a bit of time off to do that, or is it?
It's more like traveling with a team is when you get to see traveling, and then spring break's quite a big one. Like we're going to San Diego this year, so you get to see a bit of stuff on your breaks as well.
Have you just seen the news, Matt Gitto just recently?
Yeah, I did San Diego Legion. Yeah, one of my mates he got drafted there last year.
So let's talk about that then, because there's another really good opportunity. You typically in the UK, you go to a university here, they try and link you up maybe with an amateur club, and then you try and get feeder into the professional clubs. Yes. Over there, they try and draft you into MLR clubs, and yes, that's the way you get into them, right?
Mainly the draft, but then as well, there is also the same thing as here. Like some teams are linked with certain teams, but not everyone. But the draft's definitely the main one. There's also like weird, like invitational things that your coach can put you forward to, like the Rugby Shield or something, where 2 teams compete. Another one of my friends who's actually still with me in uni, he got drafted last year, but he's not like playing till after his graduating uni.
And what is Arizona's feeder club?
We don't have a feeder club, honestly.
Where's the closest one? Do you know?
San Diego would be the closest. Or Utah Warriors. I'm not sure, one of those 2.
So they're not bad clubs to...
No, they're good clubs teams. Yeah, San Diego are really good.
And we've spoken to a few people, Rory Core recently, who's UCLA, and he talked about the way that they fed into LA Guiltini. He's got loads of opportunity there. So that's a similar sort of thing for you. Is that a goal? Is that what you want to try and get?
I've been thinking about it a bit more recently, definitely. I think it'd be something that'd be worthwhile doing for sure, just for the experience.
Just give us if I was a kid going to one of these trials, what would be the most tempting thing about the US? What do you think it is? If there is just that one thing, what is the most tempting thing about it?
Probably the opportunities, honestly. Just the jobs and the internships you can get, and also the facilities are unreal. Like every uni has the most world-class facilities you'll ever see. It's pretty crazy compared to here. Like I've seen some of the Warriors facilities and stuff, and no offense, but like one of our uni's ones is we just got our own rugby gym, and the facilities are insane. And you get access to all like strength coaches, fitness coaches, rehab, stuff like that.
And that's only beneficial for, even if you were to not get a club over there to come back in, knowing that you've had access to those facilities for the last 4 years. It's a pretty good opportunity to go and access that. And talk to me, Arizona, what are the big sports there? What's the biggest sport?
So our biggest sport is basketball. We were ranked #1 in the nation last week, and now we're ranked 4th. And then our American football is our second biggest. I believe we're ranked 15th. We finished 15th in the nation.
And what sort of numbers do they get to their games?
Oh, like it's 60,000 people in the football stadium. And then I think basketball holds about 40, 50.
Wow.
It's crazy. Gets filled.
And you get to go along to those? You get
Yeah, you get to go. Students, it's called the Zona Zoo Pass. It's like you pay $100 and then you can go to all the games for free.
Oh,
Start of the year, yeah.
how good is that?
It's awesome, yeah.
And so what's your favourite out of those, basketball or NFL?
If I'm being honest, my favourite ice hockey. I went to an ice hockey game. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You can sit right behind the team and you can bash the plastic
glove.
thing. Yeah, it's fun.
And it's again, what sort of like in terms of that? Do you see like the American football players, the basketball players? Do you see them in and around campus?
We see the basketball players a bit more because when we have film, it's in like the basketball stadium and we walk past their like training pitches, and I've seen them quite a lot. And I see the football guys out sometimes, like out in the bars and stuff when they come out.
And that's pretty cool because more than likely the college football system I know is probably as big as, if not bigger than, the NFL.
Yeah,
National League.
Bigger for sure.
So seeing those guys in and about campus must be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty cool, yeah. Especially when they get drafted and stuff. Just seeing that you've had a wee chat with them.
Do you ever sneak into their frat parties? Are you able to get in there?
They aren't really allowed in because like if they do anything, that'll ruin the team's reputation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, sorry boys,
No, I can't.
no frat parties. Is that right? It's a little bit more strict.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're always like, if you're on a team, you've got like an eye on you for sure.
Yeah. But rugby, a little bit more.
Yeah, rugby's for sure, exactly.
Too right. Oh, well, listen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
you're going to pick your brother's brains now, but that was great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All the best.